Hello and welcome to the Denodo for Google Cloud Platform session. In this video, we'll learn how to start building data virtualization solutions on Google Cloud Platform by using the Denodo Standard version. Denodo for Google Cloud Platform, shortly called the GCP, comes in two flavors such as Denodo Platform for Google Cloud Platform and Denodo Standard for Google Cloud Platform. The benefit of Denodo Standard in cloud marketplaces is that you could get started quickly with the 30-day trial on these cloud platforms. Also, you can enjoy the privilege of pay-as-you-go options that Denodo provides for these marketplace instances. With these marketplace templates, you can connect, combine, and consume up to 5 data sources. This includes Denodo Solution Manager for free, a production virtual machine with hourly charges, and also a development virtual machine for free. The Denodo Standard in Marketplace also provides the ability to leverage cloud spend commitments via private offers for annual pricing and multi-year contracts. Let us start from the GCP Marketplace, which is an online store that makes it easy for you to find, compare, and immediately start using the software and services that run on the GCP cloud. Here, you can search for Denodo Standard 8.0. On doing this, you can get the list of predefined Denodo Standard available for different models. From this list, you can choose any one of them based on your requirements. For this demonstration, we have chosen Denodo Standard 8.0 VDP on Linux. Once you are in the Denodo Standard 8.0 on VDP Linux page, you can find all the pricing options, documentation, and support provided when accessing the Denodo Standard in GCP. Once all the information is read, you can click on the Launch button, which is located at the top right corner of the page. Here, you can customize the new Denodo Standard 8.0 VDP on Linux deployment based on your requirements. Firstly, you can set the name for this deployment. For this demo, let us set the name as Denodo Standard 8 Linux. Then you can specify the zone in which you want to deploy this cloud instance. For our instance, let us choose the zone as Asia Southeast 2A as the zone for deployment. After this, you need to choose the machine type details based on the workload. In the case of common workloads, we can choose the general purpose machine, which is optimized for cost and flexibility. If your scenario deals with memory intensive workloads, then you can choose the memory optimized machine. As for this demonstration, we will consider creating a general purpose machine with the default series and machine types. Note that you can choose your own machine type and series based on your use case. After this section, you can select the boot disk type for your machine from the drop-down list. Using this, you could set up the storage required for your instance. For now, we'll choose the default boot disk, which is SSD persistent disk, and the data size as 20 GB. The last section of the configuration is networking. Here, you can define your own networking interfaces and firewall rules. Also, please make sure that the Allow HTTP traffic checkbox is checked to allow access to the instructions included in the virtual machine. After this step, you can click on the Deploy option at the bottom. As soon as the project deploys and the new virtual machine instance starts running, the services such as Denodo Virtual Data Port Server, Denodo Web Container for accessing the Denodo Design Studio web tool, and also the HTTP web server to allow access to usage instructions are automatically started. Now, we'll try to connect to this Virtual Data Port Server using the Design Studio web tool. As we have already discussed, the Virtual Data Port Server and the web container of this Denodo Standard deployed in GCP are already in a running state. Hence, you can directly launch the web tools of this Marketplace Denodo Standard instance using the browser to access the Virtual Data Port Server. For this demonstration, let us launch the Design Studio, a web tool used by the developers to connect, create, and publish the elements of the virtual data port server. You can use the IP address, username, and password of the virtual data port server instance displayed in the Google Cloud Launch Console to connect from the Design Studio. To launch the Design Studio, you can use any of the supported browsers such as Chrome, Microsoft Edge, or Mozilla Firefox browser. Then you can specify the Design Studio URL with the IP address of the virtual machine. Finally, click on Sign In to spin the virtual data port server in the GCP instance.